Danger, danger, danger. The 250 class lacks consistency, and these guys make a lot of mistakes. The pressure got to Forkner. Is this you, Deegan? Just checking. Just making sure, bro. When your friends call, say hello, pressure speaking. Okay, what's up, my dude? So we got to come in here and talk about the Haiden Deegan absolutely wadding his shit and qualifying at Daytona. I knew it would end up like this. I'm fucking psychic and whoa and all my woes. Don't go through Supercross 6 with your woes. Bro, just like I said, any of y'all realize in my last Deegan video, I said, Deegan, you better be careful saying all this about the pressure got to Forkner and shit, because in the very next race, the same thing could happen to you. By golly, I feel like Deegan honestly had just about as bad of a wreck as Forkner did. It's just he happened to land in a lot better of an area on a lot softer of a track. That's pretty much the only difference with it, though. I mean, it was pretty damn brutal. He just completely flies off the bike right on the face of a Supercross triple, does a damn catapult on the Supercross triple, goes flying. Super lucky, Deegan. I would be counting your blessings right now after perfectly landing down the backside of that triple face. That could have been way worse. Way worse, bro. Deegan, are you starting to understand how silly it makes you look when, after your very first Supercross win ever, you start talking about how your competition is not consistent and the pressure gets to them, and then in the very next round, you go out there and do that exact same thing? Like, bro, come on now, dude. Come on now, dude. It just cracks me up, dude, how even after Deegan had his crazy big crash in qualifying and everybody started saying some of these things, a bunch of the Deegan fanboys tried to say, well, that's not in the main event, though. Haha, that's funny, dude. You're talking about how, you know, he's not very consistent or the pressure got to him, but that was just in qualifying. That's not even in the race. And then we get to the main event, and Deegan has another crash where he does an absolute militia twist on the ground in a rhythm section and has another mistake. Granted, he didn't lose very much time because he spun his shitty before he could say Bob's your uncle and kept it going, but I'm just saying, okay? You know, even some of you guys trying to say, yeah, that this big crash didn't actually happen in a, you know, main event situation, but he also had his own mistake and basically a crash on top of the mistake in qualifying with his militia twist 360 in the main event, okay? So, Smitzy Boy's absolutely on one still right now, by the way, but that was crazy, bro. Got to give Deegan some style points for at least being able to flip that bike around that quick, but yeah, bro, I don't think you're to the position to be talking about anybody being consistent or not being consistent or the pressure getting to somebody or something like that. I don't think you're that kind of guy to be saying that kind of stuff, Deegan. I just really don't, and I think this proved it right here. You know, you need to settle down saying stuff like that when you... It's almost like Deegan gets this thought in his head, like as soon as he wins a main event, he like starts getting this idea like he's some sort of a super consistent veteran of the class or something. That's the way he's talking. I mean, that's literally the way he's talking. He's acting like he's some sort of consistent rider and the pressure doesn't get to Deegan. I mean, I hate to break it to you, Deegan, but you have crashed just as much as I have ever seen any like rookie or first 2 years at the position you're in right now from the time you ran your first pro outdoor national where you absolutely wadded your shit at Ironman. Okay, nobody can forget about that. You got lucky there too to not get majorly injured there. and kill your whole career before it even starts, okay? But you've had multiple. I mean, I don't understand where some people act like Deegan's not really crashed that much. And even Deegan talks sometimes like he's this super consistent guy. What are you talking about, bro? I mean, I've seen you hit the deck real hard. I've seen you do it multiple times. You wrecked in that Futures race. You wrecked a few times in Supercross last year. Some of those were in qualifying, kind of like this one. But, I mean, and you wrecked some in outdoors. Like, you've had a lot of real close calls because you ride on the ragged edge sometimes, you know, and that's what comes with that. But I'm just saying, you can't like claim to be Mr. Consistent Boy, or like you've got some sort of main event, you know, tactic going on where you were pressuring Forkner and that's what caused his wreck, but you were being super consistent because, like, you know how to be super consistent more than anybody else. Then you go out there and wad your shit on a Supercross triple in the very next round in qualifying before you even get to the main event, you know? Not necessarily a good look, okay? It's like, you see how everybody could turn that right around on you, Deegan? That's why you don't say things like that in those kind of positions. You know what I mean? It would be one thing if, like, we were another 4 or 5 rounds down the championship and you were sitting pretty with a, you know, 69-point lead or something like that. Then, you know, you might be able to start talking about consistency. But, like, you know, Deegan's not even been around long enough in the pro racing for you to even know if he's going to be a consistent rider, or if he's going to be like a Forkner and crash a bunch, or if he's going to, you know, have a solid career, or if he's not. Like, he's not even been out there long enough. That's my whole thing. There ain't no, you know, it's kind of crazy to claim that you're like a consistent rider or you're this or that. And I mean, I've seen Deegan hit the ground just about as hard as anybody. He's crashed a lot. I mean, we're not talking a little. We're not talking like he just had one crash last year. He had a few. And he had a few where I was like, he got real damn lucky making it out of that without some sort of a worse injury there, you know? So, again, this is that karma thing. This is that why you don't start opening your mouth about that kind of stuff when it's not, you know, super accurate to do so. You know what I'm saying? And you know, of course you can say sometimes Deegan probably doesn't exactly mean it in the way that it comes out, but it's just, you know, it's like, I could understand, Deegan, if you were actually known for being consistent or something. I could see you saying stuff like that, but like, I've not seen that. I've not seen super consistent Deegan. If anything, I've seen really, really fast Haiden Deegan, you know, but a guy that can also crash on the bike, a guy that can have some gnarly crashes on the bike. You know, you did have an injury coming into the season on top of all that, and you had the crash in the offseason where you went flipping through the whoops. Okay, we've got crash after crash after crash, bro. We've got a multitude of, so it's just, you know, just kind of comical, kind of corny, kind of silly, kind of funny that you're the guy that claims to be Mr. Consistent Boy, or like you're, you know, you're consistent and you pressured Forkner into that crash, and then, you know, the pressure, we want to start talking about pressure, you know. You just got to be careful making those kind of claims and saying those kind of things, you know what I mean? I feel like Deegan's he's just still a little bit young, doesn't necessarily understand what he's even saying when he's saying it. That's what it seems like to me. But, yeah, so he got real lucky on this one. I mean, holy crap, man. And, of course, he said what did he say? He said it felt like it ripped his butt or some shit. Ripped it in two or something, dog. I don't know what the hell he said, but that was kind of funny. Gets 4th place after you take out the guy that was winning the main events, Austin Forkner. You take him completely out. That probably would have been a 5th place for Deegan at Daytona had Forkner still been there. Okay? Danger, danger, danger.